One of these pictures has a number of Draeger test tubes on it. Can you explain what's going on in that picture and the circumstances in which that picture was taken?
Yes, well, shortly after we got there, and it continued through our whole stay, there was off-gassing of chemicals that literally you couldn't see more than 100 yards, either due to the black smoke, the orange haze, and we needed some way of testing. So, being a hazardous materials specialist, I had phoned my fire department, and they had sent me some testing items, including a Draeger tool. And what you're seeing is that any given day, and that particular day, those pictures I took, I had a camera and photographed the tubes that I had used to sample the air. We had a positive, regularly had positives for, of all things, sulfur mustard and sulfur gas. The sulfur mustard agent, obviously it wasn't a vesicant or we'd all been blistering, but we were getting a false positive. We also tested for benzene. I was limited on the Draeger tubes that I had, but I would regularly test. And what you're looking at is a huge amount of benzene in the air on one of the tubes. I believe the other one off the top of my head was the sulfur mustard, which is a vesicant that every soldier will be familiar with. It's a blister agent. Quite literally, I had soldiers collapse to the ground, and we had to bring them inside where it was a little bit better. Some had donned their masks, but the ammonia and the chlorine would eat through the mask. So one of our commanders, 05, he had asked if we could get for our N40 mask chlorine and ammonia filters. And that sampling that I was doing kind of unfolded into them searching for a better way to sample than having an hazmat tech and specialist wandering around with a Draeger tool. So they assigned some Fox vehicles to us.